John posted a note to his Patreon. Dear patrons, yesterday's show was a complete train wreck, culminating in an idiot super chatting a swastika before I could notice. For that reason, I deleted it. I don't want some anti-Semitic dickhead taking down my channel. Trolls will continue to hate and attempt to cancel me. And attempt, no D. Forgive me for having to remove it, but as you know, I'm against all forms of hate, racism, and prejudice. So John is claiming he took down this episode because of the swastika that came up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think there's some other reasons why that happened. And here's what I'm going to tell you guys, because it's a 2-hour episode. I have some great clips on here. But I think I'm going to dedicate a bonus show to this episode of the Stuttering John podcast, because there's so much to unpack here. It's incredible how bad this is.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Was the swastika up for 2 hours straight?
It was not up for 2 hours straight.
Okay, well then why do you pull the whole episode? Okay, all right.
Well, okay, right. That's
okay.
Yeah, you're catching him with the old logic, the human logic. You got it with that one. And also, I don't know if he realizes this. If you turn the History Channel, you see a couple swastikas. A swastika in and of itself does not murder Jews. I'm not saying it's a good symbol. I'm not pro-Nazi by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not against the terms of service to show historically relevant symbols that have been used throughout human history. I guess is my point.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. What do I know? What am I studying the terms of service? I don't know what's going on. All right. So it starts off with John decides to read a note. I'm sure you saw this about Jimmy Fallon. Did you see the Rolling Stone article?
No.
Doug? So it just came out this week that a bunch of staffers were complaining about what a toxic environment it is to work on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, because you never know what mood he's going to be in. He can be very erratic. Sometimes and what they were saying, or maybe implying, I didn't read the article, is that he's often hungover. And so he's in a bad mood and he's a dick to people. And so that's kind of like been a thing that's been going on for years. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yeah. No, I've heard that. Yeah,
Sure.
Definitely.
Sure. So you got to love it when John addresses someone who's being called out for being a drunk. And just the way that he's able to cope. And alcoholics are very good at explaining why their alcoholism isn't the same as other people's alcoholism. It's fine.
Sure. Oh, my God. Look at him.
Let's just say, allegedly, Jimmy has an alcohol problem. I know you're all going to laugh and think that I do, but you haven't heard me having any outbursts. I'm a lovable drunk. If I get drunk, I'm like, hey, I love you, man. I don't get angry. Ask anybody who knows me, and I don't really get drunk that often.
I mean, once a day. That's it.
Yeah. And then I pass out.
Now, he says he's a lovable drunk. I'm sure there's some truth to that, but we've seen a few examples here where the fight with the bartender, where the bartender told him to leave the establishment because he was yelling about Trump or whatever. She's like, I don't want to have this argument with this drunk guy in the afternoon right now.
Not again.
And then there's also the video that we saw of him in the Pickwick pub where someone had parked him in the parking lot,
right.
and he's screaming, "Who parked that car?" And he's all fucking fired up. Now he claims it's because the Giants lost. Okay. Fair enough.
Doesn't make you any more lovable, but...
Nope, probably not. So KB, Kevin Brennan, has paid Stuttering John over $3,000 this year. He paid him $3,000 for the first appearance, and then he also paid him like $175 for another appearance, $150 for another one. Now, the way that tax works in this country is when you pay someone over $600, you have to get a W-9 from them because you are going to claim that as a deduction from your taxes, and those people have to claim that as income for them.
Yeah.
So this is what happened, is that KB sent out, texted John and said, hey, man, I got to send you a W-9.
Yeah.
So Brennan texts me and goes, John, I had to text you a W-9 since I paid you over $600. And I just wrote back to him. This is what I wrote to him. I just said, See, he texted me, I'm going to email you a W-9 form to fill out for my accountant because I paid you more than $600 this year. And I wrote, shh. And then I said, you are on tape saying 100 for sniping the dues payer, pay the piper. Honor your word. I was in your corner, but you blew that, you lunatic. I never renege on a debt ever. May I suggest therapy? That's the truth. The man needs therapy.
Because you won't pay $100.
Serious issues.
Yeah. What? This has nothing to do with the that has nothing to do with anything you just said. And Carl, I just want to interrupt here real quick.
Yeah.
I consume podcasts like I do radio. I don't watch a show. I don't watch any shows. I have heard you describe this new gray John that we're seeing.
Yes.
I was not prepared for this. He looks like the ghost of an old prospector or something. He looks so scary.
Let's see who you really are.
Yeah.
Pull the mask off.
His face, his hair, his beard, his shirt are all the same color. This is frightening.
It's so Throw Mama from the Train or the Goonies, that woman, a lot of people have compared him to that. It's quite a look.
It's just the color. There's no color. It's like just black and white.
Yes. He might be the E.T. that Amber's talking to when I think about it. There's an E.T. in my house.
Wow.
Let's go back to California.
It's so distracting. I can't pay attention to what he's saying.
All right. Let me pay attention and break this down for you. What John is talking about right here, and I don't know how serious this is, but it's tax fraud. If he refuses to give the W-9, this is because John was not going to claim that money on his income. And he should, because if you don't, that's tax fraud. So
I'll answer that question for you. Tax fraud is pretty serious. I know you don't know how serious it is. It's pretty serious.
It's actually very serious. Wasn't it crazy Cabby from the Howard Stern show went to prison because he was bragging about not paying taxes on the radio?
I think that was him. Yep.
How stupid are you?
Sean goes on the internet and goes, shh.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking genius.
Well, he took the episode down, so the IRS will never know.
Yeah. I may not watch your podcast, but I'm sure the police can if they want to.
All right. So then he gets into the hypocrite talk. He talks about me for a little bit. Now, remember, this episode is not Why Do They Podcast? He's doing a tribute to Sam Kinison. It's Tribute Thursday or something. It's a new thing that he's doing. So this whole thing is he wants to give this tribute to his buddy who died too young. They took him away too soon from Sam Kinison. I believe he was hit by a drunk driver and died in a car crash. And so very tragic. He's going to talk to Sam Kinison's brother, Bill. He's got an interview lined up. DG, his co-host, has put together some video compilations of Sam Kinison's stand-up, Sam Kinison on Howard Stern. He's got this whole thing ready to go. But first, he's got to call me out for being a hypocrite. I mean, that's an important part of any Sam Kinison tribute. To make sure you tell everyone what an asshole I am. And this, again, goes back to the fact that Shuley pulled a prank on him where he thought he was goofing on Anthony Cumia with this Photoshop, but they snuck a little swastika in it. So he posted something on Twitter that contained a swastika. Again, not against their terms of service, I'm pretty sure. It was a joke anyway. Who gives a shit? I'm sure none of this matters. It was just a prank that he fell for because he's dumb. And for some reason, you would think that I'm the one who photoshopped the swastika because I had nothing to do with this. I still have nothing to do with it. But I'm the asshole for, I guess, not talking about it enough. We covered it the last episode. I think quite a bit.
We're still talking about it.
We're still fucking talking about it, but it's just not enough.
Now, I know I sound like a broken record, but at the very least, you would think that Carl Heberger would say something to the effect of, you guys are wrong here. Remember when he said if you cancel someone, it's an act of violence? What happened to that, Carl? Where did that act of violence go? Hypocrite.
Why do they podcast? WDTP.
Have you seen that one, Doug?
No, I never knew what that was. I just hear the sound.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. It looks just like me, doesn't it?
Oh, that's supposed to be you. What is this?
That's supposed to be you?
Just
Yep.
put glasses on it. It'll get closer, I
No
guess.
shit. I told
Man, that
him
doesn't
that.
look like you at all.
I told him that.
Wow.
I'm like, I wear glasses and a t-shirt. What are you doing? You could find someone that looks a little
and
close.
you also have arms, which
Yeah, I have arms, but don't tell anyone that. I'm keeping that on the DL.
right.
So let me explain the difference to this dummy one last time, and then we'll move on. What John tried to do, this thing, everyone calls me out for saying it's an act of violence. If you try to get someone fired from their job to take away their income so that they can't pay their bills and feed their family, that's an act of violence. Now, however you want to define that. If I'm saying that in a way that pisses people off, then all right, we'll call it whatever you want. It's not a good thing to do. I would never recommend it or condone it. What John did was he reached out to Patreon, the CEO of Patreon, and tried to get my Patreon taken down because of things that I didn't type in our Discord server. There were naughty, naughty words being typed in our Discord server. And because of that, John tried to take away most of my income. Very different than Shuli pulls a prank on you that you tweet out and I don't mention it. I mean, this is a very different thing, right? I mean, do I have to explain this any further?
And the Discord thing wasn't even related to him.
And nothing to do
He
with
was
them.
just looking for
He was just
a
looking
way
for-
to take you down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good point, too. John was back then, John was doing everything in his power to take me down, including copyright strikes on Patreon, copyright strikes on YouTube, complaints. He, at one point, showed his inbox on his screen because he's a fucking blithering moron. And you saw all of these email going back and forth between Patreon and YouTube, where he's trying to get in touch with very important people. And I remember him bragging on his show. He's just like, and Carl, I got big meetings with the CEO of Patreon and YouTube this Friday, and they're not happy with you. I'm like, what do you mean you have meetings with the CEO of Patreon?
Going to a 5-star restaurant.
Gonna sit down in a big boardroom and talk
Yeah.
about you.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a very big difference there, John. I've never reached out to a company or the CEO of a company to try to get money taken away from you. It's a very different thing than someone pranking you. It really is
Stupid.
incredible.
He's so stupid.
He's so stupid.
God, that doesn't look like you at all.
I know.
Can't
I love the fact you didn't even know what that was a reference to.
Who put this together?
Like
This is
his
embarrassing.
nephew or something. I know. It's not good.
Oh,
It's not great.
John,
All right.
I'll do one for you. Just reach out to me.
All right. So again, John does not understand what makes us popular.
What happened to this is an act of violence, Lady K? What happened to that? Oh, that's only when it's about me. Isn't that right? I can't imagine anybody wanting to fucking pay and watch Carl Heberger, a nobody, with his stupid laugh, with no jokes. Why would anybody want to watch and support that spineless douche?
I'm so glad
I was
he's
wondering
not.
how he's going to end that.
Yeah. No hate speech here.
Yeah, I know. That was the thing that we were watching before the show started. Where he's just like, I'm a liberal, I'm a lefty, I love. All I do is put love out in the universe.
Yeah, he's a lovable drunk.
He's a lovable drunk.
Lovable drunk.
The fact that he doesn't know why this show is popular proves he knows nothing about podcasting and he's in the wrong business.
Oh,
I said that to
man.
his face. I explained that to him.
Lest you forget.
You see, I always try and help people because what else are we here for?
That's right. He's just a charitable guy trying to make the world a better place. Well, Chris, this is bad news.
Uh-oh.
Because you and we were down in Florida recently.
Mm-hmm.
And John was also down in Florida.
Yeah.
At the same time. I don't know if anyone knows this. Our houses are close by in Florida. John's and myself. I know. Can you believe it? And Chris, you might remember that we were invited to meet him at Stevie Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And he said he would buy the first round of drinks. He didn't
Just the
say
first.
Yeah, I know,
Nothing
he didn't say
after
the first and last. He just said the first. So, not that long ago, John was like, "We should hang out." He goes, "I'll get a drink for you and your wife." He said, "Fuck producer Chris."
Yeah.
But you and your wife are cool. Well, things have changed because check this out.
Carl, you are a hypocrite.
Whoa.
And do yourself a favor. Look,
Chug, chug, chug.
if we ever run into each other in Florida, just walk the other way. All right? Just turn. Don't even look at me. Please, don't even look at me. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to fucking be your acquaintance. Don't look in my direction. I don't want anything to do with you. You got it?
Wow.
I'm serious. I'm asking you. Don't even fucking attempt to talk to me with
He's
those
waiting for a
fucking
response.
snaggle teeth. All right? With those club feet. Don't even take those club feet and walk a fucking inch towards me. You got it? I don't want to talk to you. I don't want anything to do with you or your wife. Not like she did anything, but obviously she's standing by her man, and she stands by someone who is supporting a guy who tries to cancel somebody by putting a swastika, the most vile and hateful symbol in our history, on a product.
Okay.
And Carl says nothing.
Product.
Jennifer, Carl says nothing.
Listen how convoluted that is.
Yeah.
Now, Jen is complicit with me not saying anything about a prank that happened by a guy that Julie was talking to behind the scenes that tricked John into posting an image that he posted in order to make fun of Anthony Cumia.
And that makes you worse than Hitler.
I'm worse than Hitler.
Well, so it sounds like you're gonna have to find someone else to cat sit your cats while
Dude.
you're gone.
I know what happened to that. The dumbest thing about this is I never wanted to be John's friend.
I know.
This, like, he's trying to threaten me with not being able to talk to him when I see him in
Right.
Florida. I've never wanted to hang out with him. When he offered to help me with my cats, I was like, why? I don't need your help. I don't need you in my life, John.
He
No
was
one
so
needs
hurt
you.
about that. That
I
was
know.
one of his number one complaints when you
Yeah.
guys finally met face to face, or
Yeah, I know.
he's like, "Hey, don't you want my help?"
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah, I can handle it. I got this.
You guys were just gonna meet on a stroll around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was gonna be the best day ever, but not anymore. Turn around and go the other way.
What kind of talk is that? If you see me, don't even make eye contact. I don't want to talk to you. Like, am I supposed to be hurt by that? Oh no, I missed out on the opportunity to be friends with a fucking retard.
I'm here.
I know. That's why I have enough friends who are retarded. That's why I'm good. Okay. Bill Kinison is an older gentleman, Sam's brother. He's having a hard time with StreamYard. And John is not the best at tech support. This is one of the funniest things you'll ever see. What John is trying to tell Bill to do, and you've used StreamYard a few times there, Doug. You understand how this works.
Sure. Yeah.
There's a little button that says leave studio. And so you can leave and then you can come back in again.
Oh yeah. Should I hit that right now?
No, you should not.
All right. Okay.
John is trying to tell an older gentleman who's never used StreamYard before to leave the studio and then come back in. But John doesn't know how to explain this to him. It's just unbelievable.
All right, well, we could just do it like that if you want, Bill. Just leave your phone on.
Mike.
This happens sometimes. Do me a favor, Bill. Go out and then come back in.
So what's happening here is that they can't hear John. They're not getting the audio from John, but he can hear them. Okay? So he's trying to troubleshoot this and figure out how to fix it. And you'll also notice that Bill Kinison has his wife there in the room also trying to help him figure this out.
All right, well, we could just do it like that if you want, Bill. Just leave your phone on.
Mike.
This happens sometimes. Do me a favor, Bill. Go out and then come back in.
You mean redo all this?
Just go out of the room, go out and then come back in.
He's walking out of the room.
Hey, Sharon.
Yes.
He just left the room.
Hey, Dave.
DJ
Hey, I'm
Jones.
trying to get Bill on his computer. Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill. Yeah, just go out of the room and then try and log back in.
I did.
You know what I mean? Like, just leave the whole room and come back
doesn't
in.
know
Sometimes that'll
any other words for
that'll
this.
start
No,
your
why
Why would you
speakers
say
up.
room?
He
This
keeps
is
saying room.
explaining tags all over again.
Yes.
Bill?
Wow.
He keeps saying leave the room. You just saw the guy physically leave a room. Use a different word than that. John is so stupid. It's unbelievable.
Tell your wife Sherry to leave the room also, and then
Yes.
go back in.
Oh, Simon didn't say.
This is great.
Is that the craziest thing you've
So
ever
let's
seen?
get DG in.
Yeah, he'll
who's
figure
great
it
at
out.
everything.
All right. So then they finally decide, like, okay, we'll just talk on the phone. We'll use this for video. But John doesn't understand that he should probably put his phone on speakerphone in order to do this. So you can't hear Bill at all because it's just coming through the earpiece.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, this is John's solution for the interview.
I can hear you on the phone. That's about it. But I'll just put the phone close to the speaker. Let's see.
You mean the microphone? Close to
All
the
right.
speaker.
Well, all right, Bill, talk.
What do you want me to tell you?
Did you hear him, Dave?
I hear him good enough.
All right. So,
No, you
Bill,
don't.
I loved the movie that I was at the Comedy Store of Sam. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a documentary you did.
And
I can't even remember the name of it. What? Sam Kinison, I think it was.
yeah, no, it was awesome. And that aired where?
That was actually aired on. That was the
This
last
is
thing they
going
did.
great.
It was Paramount, I think.
Holy shit. So this whole interview happens like this. And everyone in the chat is like, we can't hear what's going on. This isn't working.
Crazy.
This is crazy. This is John left to his own devices. This is what he does. He organized this meeting with Bill.
What's DG
Kinison.
there for? What's the purpose of? What purpose does he serve?
That's the question everyone has been asking.
Oh, okay. All right.
And we are going to get a. We're going to
Definitive
finally
answer?
Yes, we are going to resolve the story arc of DG today. Ooh. Yes, very exciting stuff that we're going to get into because DG kind of popped out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. He's on John's show all the time. John doesn't pay him to be there. He's got a real job. He's got better things to do. So there's a lot of questions. He has no personality. He doesn't add anything. So there's a lot of questions like, what's this guy doing there? Is he trolling John? What is the actual deal? So after the interview, this goes on for quite a while. And then John starts to get a little irritated with DG because DG keeps popping in and out and he keeps moving out of the frame of his camera so he can smoke a joint or something. And so John's getting very irritated.
But and I thought the guy was got a DUI. Dave, what are you doing? Oh, are you crying? Are you smoking?
Neither one, John. I'm just managing. I'm good. Don't worry. I was smoking.
Oh,
It's off
all
camera.
right.
That way no one could see that I was smoking. See, that's sly. I was being sly. about it. Thank you.
John.
No, I know, but you kept going in and out with your camera on and off, and it was distracting enough
Oh,
to fucking
the camera off was definitely because I was about to drop a tear and I don't want to be the focus of a fucking Indian tear running down. So I had to throw the camera off.
Well, it's not an Indian tear. If just be real. I don't care.
I'm super real. That was
No, I
fucking-
know. So
that
don't
was
worry. If
fucking
you
real.
cry, you cry. It's a sad fucking story.
It's so sad.
It's one of the greatest fucking comedians ever. And just like Bill said, Sam fucking treated me like a fucking brother, man. That guy.
Okay, first off, John's the one who said Sam treated him like a brother. Bill didn't say that. And now he's putting that in Bill's mouth. Oh, yeah, remember when he was saying how Sam thought I was his brother? No, Bill didn't say that.
The best thing about Sam was the way he treated me.
Yes, I know. By the way, he brings it up a lot in this episode.
Sure he does.
Talks about how Sam would introduce him as the funniest guy on the planet and all this like crazy shit.
Well, Sam Kinison was pretty funny.
He
so
did have some jokes. He
Yes.
did have some jokes for sure. So this back and forth you just saw happen several more times where John's just getting irritated with DG. He's like, what are you doing? And then DG has to leave because he says his kid brother or little brother has a flat tire and he has to go help him with it. So then DG leaves and John's watching this video. And this is the end of DG. This is the undoing of DG that we're about to see right here. John's watching this video that DG put together, and it's Sam Kinison on the Howard Stern show, and the video just shows Howard Stern's CD box set. So it's just a still image of that. But then DG decided to splice in video of the BS show. So you got Bob, Shuley, and Mike, and they do this thing where they act like they're sucking off penises when you donate money to them or memberships or something like that. So he splices in. I gotta stop doing that. Why am I doing that? You know what that?
Let's just all do it.
I'm just like, go Bills! Yeah, here we go, Josh Allen. Jesus Christ, I'm such an idiot. So, anyway, John's watching this thing, and this thing comes up, and it totally throws him off. He doesn't know what's going on. He gets very upset. Anytime he sees Shuley, John gets very upset. He's shaken by it.
Everything from
What are you saying, Ronnie? Get your facts right. Don't make me dragnet you, dude.
use everybody that's been on his show, okay?
I'm a user.
You use Jessica.
I use Jeff.
What the hell was that? Why is the dues payer on there? What the hell was that? Did I hit a wrong button? I don't know.
Yeah, that was on you.
I don't know. I think Dave got duped with that. I'm not really sure. Yeah, maybe DJ was trolling me. Maybe that was the whole thing.
It's not DJ. It's DG. He starts calling him DJ the rest of the show. He does it over and over and over again. I'll probably put together a supercut or something. It's unbelievable. So you can see John's flustered. What was that? All of a sudden, we're having fun. We're talking about Sam Kinison, and now I have to see Shuley's stupid face.
But he's been trolled so many times and betrayed so many times. He really takes this in stride. He's like, I guess he was trolling me.
Right. Except for it's building in his brain.
Okay.
And the chat is not helping. Because the chat's all just like, he's been trolling you all along. I knew it. All this shit's going on.
Okay, I'm glad it's leading somewhere because I was like, wait, was this was the long con just to do that, which seems underwhelming, but I guess it's going to build to something.
It seems so underwhelming. Right. You would think he would brush this off in a second, just be like, whatever. And this is just a funny thing that he says. I don't know if he realizes how dumb he is. That's him texting. So whenever he does this, he texts with his computer. He types with one finger on one hand.
Who texts like this? How big is that phone, man?
It's only one hand, though. It's only the one hand. But he's doing it because he has a Mac, and I do too, so I understand how this works. Like, it's all connected to your phone, so you can do all your texting on your computer.
Sure.
And so you hear him, like, stomping on these keys.
Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
Well, if he trolled me, then he trolled me.
Take a
Okay, you can't trust anybody in the Doubleverse.
He's a troll brother.
John just said, you can't trust anyone in the Devilverse.
That's amazing.
The Devilverse was created to goof on you, John. The entire reason it exists is because we all think you're a buffoon that we should be calling out at all times. And he goes, you can't even trust these people. That might be the funniest thing he's ever said. He's great. Okay. So he's getting very upset here. Everyone's telling him that this was a troll all along. DG finally comes back, and John is like, you got some explaining to do. John is fired up, and DG doesn't know what hit him here.
Is he going to come in with some, and then go to Shuley?
Man, what's the problem, John?
That video you had the dues payer and his show on it.
What do you mean, though? Like the little part where they were like doing that? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I did that because I thought that was funny. Like as we were watching it for us, I didn't do that to fucking send them some. Are you serious?
That's what everyone's saying.
Well, John, I'm sorry what they're saying. So my little brother got a flat out front.
No, I know that.
No, so I had to run out. So it's just bad timing. I had that in there for you, I thought that shit's funny. If you think that's flattering and that's somehow like giving them a
Dave, I don't know. Everyone's saying that you were trolling me.
So John can't think for himself.
No.
He just proved that. He's just reading the chat and believing everything that he sees, which is why we love John, which is why the Devilverse exists.
Yeah.
He's so easy to fuck with.
Yeah, so
he's so easily manipulated.
Yes.
Like, this is crazy. Carl, you could go on his show tomorrow and be like, come on, John, when I see you in the neighborhood, can't we just talk? And he'll be like, all right, okay, Carl, it's fine. Let's hang out.
He was trying to sue me. He was trying to ruin my life. He was talking about breaking my legs. And then as soon as we had a phone call conversation, he's just like, we should get together for a beer. Watching
Well,
Yankees
we
game.
know how important phone calls are to him.
Yes, that is true. That is a good point.
So on the heels of saying you can't trust anyone in the Dabbleverse, which is fucking hysterical.
yes.
He's like,
great.
well, DG, these people are all saying this. These people in the Dabbleverse, I'm back to trusting again within seconds.
All the people who hate me and fuck with me nonstop during my shows. This is what they're saying. This one guy gave me $5 just to insult me to my face, but I think he's right about this one. So he's getting fired up, and you can see DG here is just going, I just thought it was a funny thing to do. You know, they're doing the sucking dicks motion. That's kind of a funny thing to pop into the video. I thought it'd be a fun thing we could goof on him for, because DG was planning on being there while he's watching this stuff.
DG's also trying so hard not to laugh while he's doing this.
Well, he comes back, he's just like, you're mad at me? Like, you're really this fired up? Like, for a while, he couldn't figure it out. He's like, are you serious? This is serious what you're doing right now. Like,
I know I'm high, but what?
yeah. So this goes back and forth a little bit, and it just he gets kicked out. DG gets told it's over.
But I didn't expect it. In my defense, Dave,
And that's fair.
not in a fucking Sam tribute thing.
And that's fair. You know, we've established the rules for Tribute Thursday. No joking around. It's serious. I can go with that. Like what?
It's just, and if you're gonna do it, warn me. So then. But if you're just gonna do it,
throw this in real quick, just because this is actually what I wanted to do first.
I ain't throwing in anything that you're giving me anymore.
Okay, well, there's nothing at all that's going to have any kind of relation to that on there. This is just real quick to like sum up the same thing. Just,
you know what,
Tell what up, John. Come on, I'm not going to.
No, I'm done.
Gone.
I'm done.
He's done.
Sorry. You don't. I'm tributing a good friend of mine.
Tributing.
I'm tributing a good friend of mine over here. You can't fuck with me while I'm tributing my friend.
Tributing.
So you saw what just happened there. DG goes, okay, can we get past this? I got another thing that I want to show you. And just like, no, I can't trust you anymore. I saw Shuli once 20 minutes ago. Hypocrite. And I'm still freaked out about it. Shuli scares the shit out of me.
DG had one more really good one in the chamber, like just ready to go. Like that was going to be his swan song, whatever was going to be played next.
I honestly don't think DG did that to troll John. I think he was honestly surprised by that reaction.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
You really thought he assumed that they were both going to just laugh and laugh at that if he was there. And it was just, again, like he said, bad timing. He had to go change a tire.
He literally said, he goes, I've just been learning how to do some video editing. I popped that in there. I thought it'd be kind of funny. Well, he even said, he goes, I know a lot of this stuff is going to be pretty intense today on this tribute for your friend who died. So I thought I'd lighten the mood a little bit with, Shuli pretending he's sucking guys off. And John just will not have it. He just cannot have it. He's not buying it. And honestly, he needs a guy like DG on there because John can't see shit.
This is Hypocrite. Thanks for the $10.
But he's got to. You got to move that. It's a swastika. You got to move it.
Oh, Jesus.
John's giving the trumpet thing. This is before he got kicked out. John's giving the trumpet thing because it's $10. And meanwhile, it's just a swastika. So, God damn it. It's just too easy with John because he just, as soon as he gets upset about something, everyone's like, oh, he doesn't like swastikas? Oh, here we go. Let's go.
Oh, it's like Alex saying that Zumak jumps off sides.
Right.
John is the king.
Yeah. We get him with the hard count every fucking time.
Every time.
Don't you know we're not going to snap the ball? It's a hard count. It's so
every drive he gets to their 1 yard line. So.
And now DG's off the show. John is by himself, and he is back into his form that I think where he really peaked in this entire story arc. When you think about centering John, the different things that have happened over the years, this is classic John. This is the centering John I can watch all day and all night.
I don't know what my mother's trying to say to me.
Oh my God.
Let's see.
So just moments after pulling the plug on DG, this is what he's back to.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Correct.
Wow.
He's unbelievable. His Bob's in there watching.
So
all
rotary.
this.
God damn.
So fucking funny. So John did an emergency show the next day, Friday. It's still up. Aisha, I was watching El Horrible talking about it today with Michael Gavin Ali on his show. And John saying, all right, Dave's off the show. DG's off the show permanently because I told him to put a tweet out saying that it was some kind of damage control thing he wanted him to tweet. And DG didn't tweet it. He's like, well, I didn't get a chance to tweet it as with my girlfriend. And then we went to this thing and we did that. And John's like, it only takes a minute to tweet something. So John has decided he's done. He's out of the DG business. It's over.
And I told you to break up with that broad.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Wow.
So another thing that happened today, the episode where we saw him crying on here.
Yeah.
He posted to his Patreon because there's a guy who helps me out who I believe is on his Patreon. And he sent me what he posted on his Patreon today was, who wants to be a guest? Email me and I'll send you a link today at 3 Pacific time. All right. So the reason why that is even funnier than usual.
Wait, hold on. 3 Pacific. I could do that, right? Like I could.
So it's open invitation. Anyone who wants to be a guest. And what's hilarious about that is that this is how we opened up that show on Thursday.
Just a note for all my Patreon people and my beer on the balcony people, the guns are out. Meaning, I am now reaching out and talking to A-listers and their publicists. And I anticipate we will soon be getting incredible guests on this show.
How soon?
Ooh, so then I can't be on the show. Okay, now I get it now. Right.
How soon? Because he's already leaving it up to anyone who's on his Patreon to come on the show and join him.
That's great.
And I have to say, right after that, he goes into a whole thing about how some people said they can't because of the strike. You can be a guest on a podcast. That's not crossing the picket line. But okay.
It's the best time to be a guest.
Yeah, you don't have time, right. And you can talk about the issues and whatever. The other thing he said was that he was going to get Neil Brennan, Kevin Brennan's brother, just to fuck with Kevin. And Neil Brennan blew him off.
No. Yeah,
but
right.
I think Neil's just busy, whatever. So he's talking to all the publicists out there. He's talking to all the A-listers. And the other person he's talking to directly, which I find a bit annoying, is Vinny Paulino. This is from yesterday's show, where he's very happy with Vinny.
All right. So this is one of the reasons why I love Vinny Paulino. Not only is he in a fantasy football league with Lady K, but this is his avatar.
All right, so Vinny and I are in a fantasy football league together. Vinny decided to make his team photo a helmet that has the green splash thingy from the creep off, and then it's the photo of me in the cow bikini on top of it. And so, of course, Vinny, being my best friend, sends this right to Stuttering John so that John can goof on me and dunk on me. Look at how happy John is about this.
He's so excited.
You gotta love Vinny Carlino, okay?
Who?
I mean, Vinny Paulino. Sorry, because this is his avatar for the league, and he surprised this on Carl. Sorry,
I was surprised by tributing. He was surprised this. My God, hold on, what?
And he surprised this.
He said it twice.
This is his avatar. Vinny! Awesome.
Wow. Good job, Vinny.
God.
Congratulations on that.
Who are these podcasts? WAT.